Boruto episode 91 review. Alright guys, this episode is going to be the last episode, or probably not the last episode, but this is definitely going to be the start of the climax of this arc. And yes, it's winding down very soon. Hopefully that means this episode is going to be fire. But without further ado, I'm going to actually get into the spoilers and not keep you guys waiting any longer. Now the episode title is going to be Onoki's Will. Now into actual spoilers, it says, Ku appears once again in front of Boruto and his comrades. No matter what happens, Boruto tries to believe in Mitsuki. Ku snares at him for it. He tries to start attacking Boruto, but someone is preventing him from doing so. At that time, Onoki uses assistance of Sekai, a hidden Stoneville shinobi. One way or another, they struggle and barely manage to reach Ku's location. Onoki is introspective once again and reconsiders what his own true will is. In order to stop Ku from rampaging any longer, he resigns himself for a battle to the death. Alright guys, there you have it. A lot of you guys have been pretty much predicting that Onoki is probably going to end up dying in the next episode or in the next couple of episodes, and it looks like that's exactly what's going on. The spoiler said that Onoki is going to resign himself to like a death battle between Lord Ku and himself. Now there were some more spoilers that actually did leak about this episode, and I'll go ahead and read that. It says Ku has imprisoned Mitsuki with a jutsu. Ku provokes Boruto, who still believes in Mitsuki. Boruto becomes more agitated and lunges at Ku. Alright, so this basically tells us that, hey, it looks like the strongest character that Boruto pretty much has on his side, Mitsuki, he's been in prison, so Boruto can't necessarily rely on Mitsuki. And of course, I did predict in my last video that we're probably not going to see Sage Mitsuki pop out, even though Ku is a character or a shinobi that does warrant the level of Sage Mitsuki. So this is the way that Boruto writers are pretty much telling us, like, hey, we're not going to see Mitsuki in this episode. And it's decent depending on how you view it. Of course, we all understood that Mitsuki was not going to go Sage mode in this arc, but there were some stuff that this spoiler, and of course the last spoiler that I did read to you guys, it pretty much hinted towards, and it's the fact that Boruto is still believing in Mitsuki. Now, in my opinion, I don't necessarily know why it would be a question about if Boruto were to still believe in Mitsuki, mainly because in the last episode, we heard Mitsuki tell Boruto, like, hey, I'm still on your side. So it shouldn't necessarily be a question. I'm really confused about that, and I can't wait to get to the bottom of what they're trying to hint towards in this actual spoilers. And of course, if you guys have any opinions about this, let me know in the comment section below. I'll definitely be reading through what you guys have to say. But one of the spoilers talked about how Ku actually lunged towards Boruto, but he was stopped by someone else. Now that someone else, in my opinion, has to be Konohamaru, because of course, like I said, this is coming to an end. I feel like this might be one of the last episodes in Konohamaru. I feel like he definitely needs an impact moment. I feel like this could definitely be the impact moment where we finally get to see Konohamaru do something that is definitely memorable. Now, it is going to be very interesting to see how Konohamaru would fare against a guy like Lord Ku. I have stated multiple times that I think Lord Ku is probably going to be Kage level, or is Kage level, especially now after getting the heart. Of course, I don't feel like Konohamaru is going to end up beating up Lord Ku or anything like that. I feel like they're probably going to save that for Onoki, but I do look forward to seeing Konohamaru bust out like a Rasengan, some sort of hack jutsu to get Lord Ku to stop attacking Boruto. Now, one thing that I do have to say is that these spoilers didn't necessarily say anything about Sarada or Inojin or Chocho, so there is definitely a possibility that instead of Konohamaru stopping Lord Ku, it could have been one of them. But as I said, it would be way more interesting to see Konohamaru possibly get his hands dirty and pretty much go against Lord Ku for a bit of the episode. Now, into the actual death battle with Onoki, I feel like a lot of people understood that Onoki is going to eventually die, and I feel like this is probably going to be one of the best ways to do it. Onoki basically taking out what he actually brought into this earth by giving up his own life. He's going to sacrifice himself to beat this being. Now, I feel like there is a little bit of a flaw, man, because this overall arc has like a connotation to it that it's filler. And of course, I've been saying multiple times that this arc is not filler, but some of you guys don't really believe me. So if Onoki actually does die in this arc, it's going to be like Onoki died in a filler arc. Like, what was going on? But for the people who actually are taking this arc very seriously, it would definitely make sense of Onoki dying in this arc. You just get that feeling like, hey, it's Onoki's time. He's going to do this for the better of his whole nation and the better of his whole village. The last deed of the tsuchikage and him saving everybody else in the Hidden Stone Village, that's pretty much what the tsuchikage is supposed to do. But still a little bit of questionable about how serious people are actually taking this arc. But either way, this arc is definitely coming to an end. I thought it was a decent arc. One of the biggest problems I have with this arc was the overall look and feel to Lord Ku, and I feel like they kind of nailed it going towards this last episode, man, because looking at him with his shirt off, with his hoodie off, he just looks so much better. And I did touch on this in the last episode, and I can't really emphasize it enough how this is the Lord Ku that I wish they pretty much started the whole arc with. But let me know what you guys think about this episode in the comment section below. Give me something that you're definitely looking forward to in the next episode of Boruto. In my opinion, I feel like the thing that I'm mostly looking forward to is definitely seeing if Konohamaru is the one to save Boruto in the next episode. But let me know what you guys think. It's been your boy Baara B, and we out.
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it.
Check my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm metrosexual, no high cholesterol. Where's Jenny Craig? Bitch, just get sexual.